All right, hi there, everybody. My name's Jesse Bowman, and this is my internship experience for the class BCN 4940. My placement company is Moret Company, and let's get into it. So, to preface this whole experience, I wanted to take five key points: my experience, my takeaways after 3 months of work at Moret Company. Secondly, my performance. What projects did I attribute to? What tasks did I complete? And really overall rating my performance and my tasks and roles in these projects. Number three is going to be skills acquired. What tasks really brought a lot out of me and required that I build on some previous skills that I maybe wasn't so good at and I gained. Number four is going to be benefits. What benefited myself and Moret Company the most out of this deal? Number five, and lastly, is going to be the evaluation. Really evaluating every aspect of the internship placement. So to start off, my takeaways after 3 months of work at Moret Company. My first thing, project management in construction is a very challenging job. As you can see there, multitasking is a must. I kind of look around the office and I see all the project managers, email boxes just full to the brim, emails daily. Really, you're in charge of so many different aspects of the job, and you really have to, settle down and just find a way to keep yourself productive, and do that functionally and professionally. Um, Also, kind of figuring out a system of learning that best fits your learning style. Mine came actually in the form of questions. I didn't want to be overloading to my project, supervisor. But man, I sat there and I just asked questions nonstop just to kind of fill in the gaps of, experiences that I'd had previously. But, how can I fill in that gap if something I don't understand there? I also kind of think you don't need 20 years of experience in manual labor to get a grasp on the construction industry. We've got some younger people there that don't have as much experience in construction, but they still fill a very vital role, and it's to me it's a very welcoming industry, uh, contrary to popular belief, but I really enjoy it. Some observations from an intern. So many moving pieces. Time management to me is the greatest asset that you could possibly have. Keeping organized and presentable is really a key for me. Uh, I like to think about it as, man, if somebody asked me, present this whole project right now, I really want to be able to do that professionally, sustainably, and, first of all, safely. So, really just kind of honing in on the minor details of every project to keep myself geared towards the objective. Opening your mind to everyone around you will pay off big time in the long run. I really think hearing your peers' solutions and ideas is always a great start to problem solving. Uh, you know, when I first got to Moret, they had me walk around every single office and kind of they each one would teach me a software that they used and give me their perspectives on it. And it was really insightful for me to hear, different ways that they work with it and their preferences with talking to architects and all that stuff. So very, very helpful, and I use a lot of that stuff now, and I still think about it. I find it easy to complete the tasks assigned to me. Nothing more. That's a terrible, terrible mindset. You don't want to do just the bare minimum. Like I said, you want to pull yourself out of that and dig deeper into the plans and specs and really see what you can visualize and what you can relate. So when I go into meetings, I'm not sitting there with I don't have the faintest idea what they're talking about because it is very complicated and they reference a lot of things that you may not be tracking on. So really, really taking the time to just get out of that mindset of, well, I only have to do this today, so I'll just get that done. And I pride myself on really digging into that, and I think that's very helpful. So some projects I've attributed to University of West Florida's Building 234, the Sports and Medicine Facility addition, Pine Forest High School's ESC classroom renovation, as well as University of West Florida's President's Hall building. University of West Florida's Building 234 was an addition for UWF to kind of move their sports and therapies sections into a larger building with more resources, kind of get them out of that building, give them more space, and as well as FSU has a medical portion that they operate on campus, and so we gave them a whole upstairs to work into. So great learning experience, and that even started before I even got to Moret. So I'm kind of picking up on the back end of it, but it's been very insightful. It's a larger project, larger than I've been used to. Hopefully not the biggest I'll ever be on, but another one is at Pine Forest High School ESC restroom. So the special needs class over there really kind of geared me towards building codes. I really needed to figure out ADA compliance, and this was a great learning opportunity for that. We did the showers, a conference room for them. We even added a range and exhaust area for these kids to kind of learn how to cook themselves. And to me, it was a great experience. Getting to see all that stuff, and I even helped mark up revisions. So really, but my main objectives that I kind of started off with every job with was reaching out to hundreds of local and distant subcontractors to see if they were going to be bidding on this project. And once we had decided on the bids of the subcontractors we were rolling with, creating submittals and company contracts were a big part of what I do and still are as an assistant project manager now. But as an intern, they were very big for me. Um, my role in the project's a little bit deeper. These are kind of some more key points. Up there at the top, assist my internship mentor any way possible. One of the things I like to do is make sure that, every meeting throughout the week that we're scheduled for, I have an agenda printed out for my mentor. So, it's one less thing he has to worry about, and it really lets me dig deep into what's happening that week and what we should be looking for and what's going to go on in that meeting. So I also have to track correspondences from subcontractors and architects. A lot of this stuff is, well, that's going to be down the road. Well, I need to track that as well, and I need to make sure that I'm on top of that, and I don't forget about that. So a lot of my job is kind of keeping up with small things or even big ones that are going to take place later on. Assisting architects in problem solving is a big one for me. So the way I really think of it is don't come with a problem and no solution. The architects are there, to assist the owner in creating their vision of their building, and our job is to make that as easy as possible. And I really don't want to think of the architect as, here's a couple things, can you figure that out for me? No, it's our job to make sure that we provide solutions that he can think through, and really just I guarantee you probably get a lot faster responses doing that. So here's some skills I acquired throughout the time. I really think these all kind of tied in together: blueprint reading, schedule creating, and communication skills, as well as critical thinking skills. And so here I kind of tied them together. Critical thinking to me is testing yourself to find the solution before you ask for help. Outside resources are great, but man, I really think sitting there and staring at that problem for a few minutes really gets the mind ticking, and you can oftentimes probably solve it yourself, or at least come up with a solution that other people agree with. And I found that very useful. That kind of led right into communication skills. Once I found that, found the solution to my critical thinking problem. What's the correct way to go about relaying that to a team or disseminating that down the line, and how can I explain all this properly and professionally to an architect? Communication skills, and as well, blueprint reading to me was a great skill that I learned pretty much big time with Moret. I had prior experience, but it really helped a lot. I wasn't able to visualize a lot of things like certain details and cutouts and plan views, but they helped me a lot tremendously. And then moving into schedule creating, using those skills, how accurate can I make this schedule? For me, using those blueprints is a big deal. Material schedules, and then as well as the commitments, the subcontractor's scope of work, I need to figure out who's doing demo first so I can put that in the schedule, and then I can build off of that, or material procurement first, or even permitting. So it's a long line of order of operations that I really think That all kind of tied into these skills that I gained, and I'm still working on them. I'm not perfect at all, but really some important facts there for me. So, what benefited both parties, myself and Moret? I told myself when I took this role as an intern, I didn't just want to stand out. I wanted to provide this company with as much value as I possibly could. Um, I Surprising to myself, I arrived to work early just to get situated and get prepared for the rest of the day. As you can see there, the day moves fast. Before you know it, it's gone, and I want to be as prepared as I can. And but when everybody else is kind of rolling in, getting settled in, I'm there. I'm two steps ahead, and that really helped me. And I think it provided value from Red as well. Another thing is I really enjoy the work in construction. To me, it's rewarding. I can see myself, and I can visually see a physical object being created that I had the honor to say I started with that, and that's kind of because of me and my team at Moret. And I'm sure Moret enjoys the cheap labor. Not anymore. They actually asked me to sign on. Um, but I will say Moret's training and new employee onboarding process really was helpful to me. I kind of chose Moret because I figured they weren't just going to throw me in a work truck on site and say, go out there and do this, have a great day. I really thought that they were going to teach me as they have, and really provided a great opportunity to learn. Did my schooling help? I would not have made the progress that I've made so far without UWF's construction management program. A lot of this stuff is just UWF provided me with a great backbone. Softwares like Procore, we've had classes and we've used that, and that was a big help coming into Moret because that's what we use there. So, any tips? I like to say come to work with the mindset that you're going to soak up every bit of knowledge that you can from your peers. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, man, what can I learn today? I really find that it kind of gets me geared towards the workday and really helps me figure out what I need to accomplish that day. Is project management as I expected? Not as much as I thought. Not as much manual labor, but I'm not complaining. But I've really enjoyed the project management portion. I still get on site a few days a week and go out there and do some manual labor. But all in all, just a great experience as an intern, and Moret has been so welcoming to me. Really just enjoyed my time, and I think it's a very good idea to do an internship like this. And if I had to recommend one, I'd say Moret. But other than that, well, thank you for watching this, and this is Jesse Bowman. Have a good one.